welcome to my channel, Podcast Alive and Awake. So my channel is addition to my podcast Alive and Awake that you can find on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, and so on. So all the links are listed down below. However, what I'm talking on my YouTube channel is not exactly what I'm talking in my podcast. It complements it, it is addition to. So be sure to also subscribe this channel on YouTube. So follow the podcast, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and click the button for notifications for new videos. We need to be able to talk about our problems and our issues openly. And even though mental health awareness exists, it is still not where it should be, and we need to be able to be open and honest and seek help when necessary. Help this community grow because we all can benefit from it, and we can learn from one another, and we can bring the difference in the world. Yes, we can. So for today's video, I decided to ease up a bit the topic and talk about morning routine. More specifically, I'm talking about my morning routine, but first I want to say why is that important and why morning routines are important. YouTube is overwhelmed by the amount of morning routines. That's just like that, and I love to watch them because as woman as I am, I like to see aesthetically nice videos and how other women are waking up and having their nice face routines and exercises in the mornings. I also like to make my own morning routine pretty and cozy, so I support all those people that make their living by teaching other people how to have their morning routines. I really respect that because it is very much important. Having a morning routine gives a structure to our brain to know that there is something that will happen in the morning and that it needs to be done. But also it eases up your day. You begin your day in a nice, easy mood. Why? Because you will use specific things in the morning to increase your dopamine and serotonin levels and decrease stress hormones like cortisol. Even if you feel that the day will be super stressful at work or at home with your kids and I don't know, with the people that you have to meet that day, but morning routine will give you that preparation of, okay, I can handle this by starting my day right. On the opposite side, another very important routine is evening routine, which will release all the day from your body and mind and help you produce a bit more oxytocin and also start the melatonin clock on time so you can sleep well. So it is very important, especially when you want to build up good mental health and not have anxiety and depression in your life. You have to have balance between your morning and evening routine. Have either or, preferably both. That is why it is very important to pick up the habits and listen to people that are doing morning routines, evening routines, and just like implement at least one thing in your morning, because it will help you. It will help you reduce the stress hormones, increase your mood, and it will make you feel like there is something to look forward in the morning. And honestly, that is a major part in dealing with depression. When you know, aha, wait, there is something in the morning that I will do that makes me feel good, even if it's a one thing. You will see I will say a lot of things that I'm doing in the morning because at the moment I can, and I um, build up a routine that it's a bit longer because I want to really use up my structure that I currently have. But even if it's a one thing that you will take from this video and implement in your routine, you're a winner and you're the best. Okay? So that's the first step into going into a better life and life without stress or minimum stress possible. The first thing that I discovered for my morning routine was that I like my morning to start in a easy note, of course, with music. So I'm using music as a pick me up thing, the first thing in the morning. So before I exit my bed, I play some song that I just feel like it in the morning. It doesn't have to be like something slow, it can be also fast, but it's something that really brings my mood to the level, okay, body, mind, you need to wake up now. And then I do a few stretches while I'm still in bed, like very easy stretches, neck, feet, arms, while listening to songs, and I'm already awake. The next thing is I change my room. So the rest of my morning routine should not happen in the same room where I sleep, because that's my sleeping room and should not remind me of the things that I do in the morning. So that's very important. And when I change my room, then the whole procedure of my well thought morning routine starts. I want to first calm down my sympathicus nervous system and wake up my parasympathicus system, so my cortisol level is not skyrocketing in the morning. So I'm using a specific device that will activate vagus nerve, which I was talking about in my podcast, so you can check that out. The links are below for all the ways you can reach out to my podcast or blog or both. I place a eye mask which is cooled in a fridge overnight. It's a rose quartz mask and just like wakes me up, that part of my eyes, and it's also a beauty tool at the same time. And while I'm listening to music from the application of the device and also feeling the vibrations of the device, I am having the cool eye mask to wake me up and like ease my mood as well, with like rose quartz crystals, the love crystal, positivity crystal, first thing in the morning. The next thing is meditation. Sometimes I do visualization instead of meditation, or I'm just listening some specific sounds like Tibetan bowls or something like that, to clear my mind additionally. And that is approximately 10-15 minutes. So it's everything, it's like not timed, but like it has its own timing, so that I know exactly how much I need in the morning before I start my work. And yeah, that is like maybe my favorite part of the morning routine, because I anyway do it the longest. I'm into meditations for a very long time and visualizations as well. So I pretty much can sense what my body needs that morning. So I do that, followed by breathing. So either I use an app for breathing, which is super convenient. You have so many apps that just like teach you how to breathe, and then you can choose your mood, and then they tell you how to breathe. So that's a plus for people who do not have experience or do not want to meditate. But I do that additionally together sometimes when I really need to really clear my mind and concentrate, and I feel extra kick of anxiety in the morning. Then I also do the nostril breathing, which will calm down your mind and make you concentrated, because it will activate at the same time left and right side of your brain. So that's a yogic type of breathing. That is followed by a prayer, which I implemented as well in the last period. I just feel that I need that in my life. Nobody like told me to do that. Basically, nothing what I do, nobody told me to do that, but this is something that kind of became really part of my routine. Then I like to, if I have like something that still bothers me, or I want to make a note of a dream or a plan that suddenly popped up during meditation or during sleeping, I implement that as well in my morning routine, like writing a journal, writing a few gratitudes as well, and reading devotional and some parts of the Bible that is like complementing the prayer part. And some people would say like, okay, you're mixing too many things, and they're different. Like there is one thing called meditation and there is one thing called prayer, but that's part of spirituality and religion, and it doesn't have to exclude one thing another thing. It doesn't have to exclude them like each other, because prayer is a type of meditation, and meditation is a type of prayer, and I do not think that it should be one or another. For myself, it's something else if you really just believe in one thing and you just want to do that one thing. That's absolutely fine, and people make their own routines, right? So this disclaimer, this is my routine, and I feel complete if I do both. Sometimes I have to admit I don't have time to do both, so I choose what I feel that day needs. But if I do have time, then I do both. I'm using how I feel. That's the key and that's the rule. Do whatever your mind and body needs and feels that morning. That brings me to The, let's say, the second part of my routine, which is a bit like really everyday thing, I'm making my bed for years and years. That's like, if I don't make a bed, I feel bad. And my room looks messy to me if the bed is not made. So I do that. I do hygiene stuff, of course. Then I do quick morning face routine, followed up with really minimalistic makeup routine. If I need to exit somewhere or film, but usually I just do the skincare and no makeup. And when I change into comfy stuff, which will be like my working stuff if I'm working from home, then I will dedicate 15 minutes or so to my book reading part. That's something that I'm really looking forward in the morning, and that's how building up this routine started, because I would start my morning with a song, and then I was reading in bed with a coffee. Now I do all the things, and then I have my coffee and read a book, followed by another important part. It's still not very like much part of the routine, but I'm trying to implement it as a morning routine rather than any time in the day, and that is a walk. Even if it's cloudy day or a sunshine like today, you should feel the smell of the clean air in the morning. You should stretch your body, move, clear your thoughts, and preferably I don't want to listen anything while I'm walking. I want to listen to sounds around me, and there are a lot of birds actually in my neighborhood, so I'm listening to birds in the morning, and that is such an amazing feeling. And since I'm not from here where I live now, it reminds me very much of my birthplace, and that calms my soul. The routine itself takes a bit longer, but I also wake up earlier, and that's another very important part of sleeping hygiene and morning routine, waking up always at the same time. Then your body picks up new things if you want to implement, like very easily, because it already memorized the things you have done before, and you can just add up slowly and build up a new habit if you want to. So I wake up at a specific time, and I know approximately when I will finish with my routine. Then I can open my laptop, or switch on my computer and start the workday with an like easygoing, calm feeling. And whatever the day brings, you will see, if you start any type of morning routine, you will start reacting differently to the stressful or unpleasant things that are happening during the day if you set up right the beginning of your day. Physiologically, you prepare yourself for any mental activity, and it's a must for people who are currently dealing with anxiety and depression. You need something to look forward to, even if it's only listening birds singing for 10 minutes in the morning. That is perfectly enough. I'm so glad that I made this video, and I hope you liked it. I hope you can benefit from it from just taking one thing and implement in your morning. Not every morning is the same. I also can shuffle things. What am I doing when? Which is also fine. It's the memory of your body that those things should be done at that period of the day that counts. But you can also shuffle. If you don't have time, you do parts of it, and so on. So everything, we all know that the one thing that is sure is change. So if you change something, that's perfectly fine. Your body will handle it. You don't have to feel bad and feel pressured. I understand that part because I sometimes do that to myself and pressure, and then I'm already exhausted from my morning routine because I had to do everything, but you don't have to. And I keep telling that to myself as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, very important. Subscribe to this channel, support this community, and I'm looking forward to any comments, requests, wishes from you, and any contact that we make is beneficial for supporting this channel and podcast and blog about mental health called Alive and Awake. Thank you so much for being part of this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.